Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm still trying to mess with my setup here. How was your Monday? Oh, well, that's nice. YouTube is telling me that I'm live. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I survived Monday, guys. I wasn't too sure. It was a little bit rough. Thank you for telling me I'm live. I'm live. Well, tonight, as you can see, I'm not in the kitchen, so no fire extinguishers are necessary. If you have a sweet tooth tonight, I'm sorry, I can't help you out with that. But tonight I wanted to talk about choosing your cruise cabin. My aunt, one of my aunts, no fire is a good thing. That's right. No fire is a good thing. And just for the record, I have not had to use that fire extinguisher. It's just a precaution. But anyway, one of my aunts sent me a article about choosing your room cabin or your cruise cabin or 12 cruise ship cabins to avoid. So I kind of wanted to see if you guys agree with these cabin choices being poor cabin choices, or if this is something that you actually go for instead. Maybe that is your kind of cabin. What do these people know? Hey, Team Reese, how are you? Thanks for coming in. You're driving and listening. I appreciate that. Um, well, anyway, I guess I will just get started on this article. It is from eatsleepcruise.com. Um, the name of the article is 12 Cruise Ship Cabins to Avoid. If you're a first time cruiser, you definitely don't know. Um, but don't be offended if I mention a cruise cabin that you actually like. I'm just reading what the article says. Maybe I should start off first by saying, what kind of cabin do you normally go for? I like, um, I actually like an ocean view, a midship ocean view. Um, a balcony is great, but I can be happy just going up on one of the upper decks to get my ocean experience, to get the deck experience. I don't have to have a balcony. Um, so I just like having the window. I cannot do an interior cabin with no windows. I know I talked about that before with my seasickness, but that just does not help the situation to be totally enclosed and not be able to tell day from night. So I liked the ocean view rooms. I have gotten cabin. Sea Lake Journey says their favorite cabin is on the Lido deck. Now, does that literally mean the Lido deck, or you like being close to everything? Now, see, I would always think that it would be too loud or too much traffic. I know it's close to all the action, but um, you love balcony. Team Reach Travel says they love balcony rooms, especially a balcony room right on the Lido deck. Okay, there's another vote for the Lido deck. Okay, I must be missing out. You guys like to be right up close and personal with the action. Okay, well, I'm gonna go through this list. You guys tell me what you think. So 12 cruise ship cabins to avoid. Yep, we had a room on the Lido close to the food. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, see, I personally like the soft serve ice cream, so I can't be too close to that, which is usually on the Lido. Um, I gotta have a little bit of control. If it's just outside my cabin door, I'm sure I'm gonna have way more than is good for me. I'll be seasick for a whole other reason. Um, you had a room. Okay. This the first one on this list is if you're sensitive to noise, you want to avoid cabins directly under entertainment areas. Makes sense? At 1 a.m., you don't want to be under the under the nightclub. I guess if you're not right there participating in the fun in the ship or fun in the club. Um, I guess the whole point of this article is for folks who are looking at a cruise ship, looking at the diagrams, the layout of the ships, and trying to select their own cabins. And that this could be really helpful if you've never done that before. I'm sure, and I don't know if it says it later on, but I'm sure it depends on when you actually book the cruise because if you're kind of down to the wire, your choices are pretty limited. If you're selecting a cruise a year or more out and you can actually pick and choose your cabin numbers, you will have way more choices. Close to Team Reach Travel says close to the food was my goal. That was the best room. I can understand that. I can understand that. Like I said, I think ice cream. I need a little distance from the soft serve. But so have you ever been close to one of the clubs and hear the music going? They give that example of not wanting to hear ABBA at 1 a.m. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I guess it depends on how loud it is. Think you could I think there are worse things that you could hear. Your room was about 500 feet away from the ice cream. See, that would just call me the whole time. It would call me, Alisa, come get the ice cream. Yeah, okay. I'm glad it worked out for you guys, but I think I better stay clear of the cabin on the Lido deck. I'll come down. Or come up and visit. I'll hang out, but I better have a longer trek from my cabin. Okay. So the second category they're saying that you want to avoid are cabins too close to the elevator banks. Wait, hold on, because I forgot one. You get a free upgrade to a suite on Disney once. That's got to be my number one. Well, I'm not passing up an upgrade, of course. A free upgrade to a suite on a Disney cruise. Come on. That had to be pretty awesome. I see why that would be your number one. That would be your number one. Yeah, if I had my choice and I could book any cabin, um, well, I can't say I haven't been in a suite, but they look pretty nice. I would probably choose a balcony. But if we're trying to be cau- conscientious about the cost, I'm gonna go for the ocean view. Sea Lake Journey says when we were younger, we had a room under the nightclub. We stayed out till club closed, so it wasn't a big deal. But now, no way. Yeah, exactly. It was all good when you're up there tearing up the dance floor. Now, if you want to turn in early, it's a problem. So don't book that now. Don't book that now. Hey, Warmstrong, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. usually start off by how was your Monday? And then tonight I'm just talking about choosing or 12 cabins that you should avoid selecting on your next cruise. Everybody saying hello to Warmstrong and the Team Reach Travels. Um, so the second cabin that this article says to avoid are cabins too close to the elevator banks. Um, there's the convenience of being close to the elevators and stairs is appealing to some, but if you are noise averse, think again. These areas are almost always busy with elevators dinging, people laughing and chatting, and kids stomping up and down the stairs. Okay. I don't think I've experienced that. Um, being too close to the elevators, um, especially when you know, sometimes your port days when you're tired and you've walked and walked and walked, you'd be thankful to have the elevator or have your cabin close to the elevator or to the stairs so you can just go in and collapse. Near the elevators can be noisy with sounds of the mechanics of the system, not just the people. Yeah, I could understand that. And I could understand that you could get tired of hearing the bings of the elevators. Although now they still I guess they still chime, but they mostly light up. Um, so don't book a cabin too close to the elevators. It's loud, guys. It's loud. Um, Now this is an interesting one. Cabins next to crew areas. Um, this one might be hard to locate from deck plan, so check with your travel advisor or cruise line rep for help on locating crew areas. I was just going to say that. I mean, if you're down on the lower decks, like if you're down on deck one and then it shows the sign going down that do not enter its crew area or whatever. But otherwise, I don't know how you would know where the crew areas are ahead of time so that you could try to avoid that. But it says the crew members keep insanely busy and usually work long hours or multiple shifts. As much as we love them, no one loves the sound of a door slamming morning, noon, and night. The crew areas are tucked around the ship, either leading to service entrances or crew quarters. There is a whole secret part of the ship designed for crew only. Yeah, that makes sense. OMG, we had a room right beside the crew supply room and it was banging all night long. Oh my gosh, I wish I could pull you guys up on this live stream right now. You've got the stories of the crazy rooms. I mean, other than seeing the cabin stewards or stewardesses come out with their carts from behind the crew areas, I don't know what to designate it crew area that I would be near the supply room or closet. I haven't seen that. So it kept you all up all night with the banging. That's crazy. Hi, together we travel. How are you guys? Thanks for coming in. Hi Shannon. Thank you for coming in. I hope you had a good Monday. Weekends come and go too fast, so I'm always like, "How are you doing on Monday?" My Monday was a little rough, but I made it through. And now I'm talking to you guys about our favorite subject, cruises. So it's all good. I'm reading from an article that one of my aunts sent to me about choosing um, or 12 cruise cabins you should avoid for various reasons. So far, they've been noise related. So you don't want a cabin next to the crew areas, is what we were talking about just now. Oh, that's great. You had a great Monday, Shannon. The supply room is not a regular looking door. Okay. So would I notice it? Maybe not. Um, but I guess you notice it real quick when you start figuring out trying to figure out where all that noise is coming from. Yes, I made it through, Shannon. I pushed through. Monday is over. Monday is over. All right. So you don't want the ones by the crew areas, guys. You'll you'll be up all night. Okay. The next one on the list is cabins near the anchor. The anchor is a hidden piece of ship equipment that makes a less hidden sound when raised or dropped. Larger cruise ships employ various types of technology, including stabilizers, to keep the ship in place. This means that the anchor is infrequently dropped, but when it is, it's usually very early in the morning upon arrival at port. The anchor on every ship is located at the front of the vessel. If you're looking to avoid an unexpected wake up call of clanging metal, do not book a forward cabin on the lower decks. You'll be right above the anchor storage. Okay, looks like Shannon had your friend had one and it was super noisy up there. Well, I am just going to have to thank my travel agent again for looking out because luckily I have not had these situations. Um, okay, see, like Journey says, we have never had a room near the anchor, but we have been on the pier and heard the ship dropping their anchor, and it was so loud. Yes, yes, I agree with that. I have experienced that. It is very loud, and you know, you could see that it's extremely heavy. Don't want to be anywhere near that. Team Reach Travel says, on my last cruise, my room, I had an interior room on deck two, right around the corner from the elevator. I thought for sure I wouldn't like it, but I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I've been on deck two also several times because that's usually where at least on Carnival, that's where the ocean view rooms are. And I've been okay. It's usually like midship. That's kind of where you feel the least amount of rocking. Um, but yeah, so I haven't had any problems being on deck two. At first, I thought, I don't think I should be down that low. I'm for sure gonna be feeling it, but I really didn't. I really didn't. When is my next cruise? I'm cruising in June on a group cruise with Meet and I. Meet and I are sponsoring or hosting a group cruise on the Carnival Conquest in June, and I am going to join that. Um, Team Reach Travels, I love deck two. I was near the elevator too. I did hear the ding a lot. Yeah, that was the first thing, first one it said to avoid being too close to the elevators because of all the elevator noise. Yeah, but deck two is not bad at all. I think it's been pretty cozy actually. Hey, the Z Show, how are you? Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. We are just talking about our favorite cruise cabins. And according to this article of 12 cruise cabins to avoid, which ones are pretty awful. So if you have experienced any of these, please let us know. Okay, so that one was you don't want to be in a cabin near the anchor because you'll hear it. You'll hear the clanging of the anchor very loud. Um, I mean, I guess if you're out from the night before, you might be able to sleep through anything. But if you're sensitive to noise, you don't want to be near the anchor. Okay. Number five is if you're feeling claustrophobic, you don't want to have inside cabins. I think I started off by saying I don't get inside cabins just because I'm always concerned about motion sickness, and I don't know if that's really a thing or if that's in my head about at least being able to see outside. Um, but I guess the claustrophobic feeling does not add to the or does not help the seasickness. So it says inside cabins can be a great value, particularly if you don't plan to spend a ton of time in your room. I agree with that. However, many first time cruisers make the mistake of booking the cheapest cabin only to find they are in a small windowless box. Manage expectations. If you're booking an interior stateroom for your next cruise, well, these entry level accommodations allow you and your travel party to set sail on a budget. Not having any windows can be jarring. Um, in addition to the lack of any view, square footage is also low. What do you guys think? Do you go for the inside cabin? Hey Edna, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I'm I'm sure you're still celebrating your birthday, so I appreciate you taking some time to join my live stream here. Hi, cruising is fun anytime. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Team Reese says, I get seasick. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's Ray or Kiki. I'm guessing Kiki. I get seasickness sometimes too. Oh, lost ya. Um, that's the worst. I've been okay lately, but I used to get it really bad. Yeah, yeah, I was talking about that a couple weeks ago. I'm just prone to motion sickness in general. I'm okay in cars, but planes, trains, cruise ships, I do feel it, and so I always get the patch, and I will be seeing around with my C bands on just as an extra precaution. Can't deal with the seasickness or don't want to deal with the seasickness, put it that way. Want to be feeling good so I can be up and about and having fun on the ship. The Z show says, "Oh, sorry, that's a little bit of a tongue twister." I will go with any cabin if it has a bed. If there's room for you, you're all about it, Hansi. Chanster says, I did my first inside cabin last month. Not a fan because I didn't know what time it was. That drove me crazy. Yeah, yeah. That either you're like, I gotta get out, I gotta get out of this room, or you sleep too long. I don't know. I guess maybe there might be times when you're actually, you go on a cruise to sort of escape and get away from it all, and you're okay with sleeping a whole lot. But you would miss out on a lot if you don't know what time it is. But if you're gonna set your alarm and get up and hit the activities, go find the ice cream on the Lido deck, you're all good. Sea Lake Journeys, we love interior cabins. They are dark like the Bat Cave. Well, there you go. I think a lot of people like inside cabins, interior cabins. I just don't risk it because of the seasickness. But if it works for you and it allows you to be able to go on that cruise, go for it. Oh, hey, Kiki. I should have guessed that it was you. It's the best sleep of your life. Yeah, now I get good sleep on a cruise ship. I don't know about you guys, but I guess I guess in that way, the rocking the motion of the ocean doesn't bother me. You're just like rocking a baby to sleep. You do sleep well. Z says, just go to any cabin and pass out. Uh, After the third day, I found the bow the bow on TV and kept it on all the time. Oh, that helped a little bit. Okay, so I wonder if that's more common now. You can just turn on the TV and get get those live outside shots, that probably is helpful. And I know some of the ships have those sort of I don't know what you call it, but basically a wall is like a screen, and it's showing either a picture or a camera view. So that could work. Haven't tried that. Oh, see, there you go. Maybe next time. That would be helpful to have a live stream in the inside rooms. Hmm. Hello, Evolving with Etta. How are you tonight? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. I yeah, really, thank you for coming in, Etta. Feel like I talked to you a lot during the course of the day because we run into each other on other chats, but thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. I think Etta is one who likes to cruise a lot and doesn't really I don't know, she can say for herself. Are you very particular about the kind of cruise cabin that you cruise in? So that was just we were just talking about inside cabins, so it sounds like you guys do like them. It's just me who can't do that. But the screen does uh does offer an interesting option. I wonder if that would help me or not. Hmm. You saw Etta on Friday a lot? I think that's really cool. That's how I'm getting to know everybody. You bumping into you on all the various chats. Um, okay, everybody just saying hi. Okay, so the next one on the list is cabins with obstructed views. If you're paying for a view, make sure you know what kind of view you're getting. Obstructed cabins are typically listed as such. These cabins are usually offered at a lower price point than rooms with an unobstructed view. However, some of these cabins are only partially obstructed. One part of the tender boat is covering the corner or the window, while others are fully obstructed from an ocean view by ship hardware. So, have you been in an obstructed view room? I say we book a cruise and find out. Book a cruise, book a cruise. Maybe I'll get to find out next year with you guys. Sea Lake Journeys. I haven't given up on that group cruise. Just gotta get in line. Um, yes, happy to finally see you in your house and not someone else's. Ah, thanks, Etta. Although I was in a chat earlier today with, oh gosh, I'm going to call her channel name wrong. Now I just call her Stephanie. Help me out, Etta, if you don't mind. The Diva of the Seas, as she is getting ready for this amazing performance in Las Vegas. She is going to perform at oh gosh, I'm terrible at football. She's going to perform at the football stadium there. Uh, and she's created this whole show that's a tribute to Elvis, but she's reworked all the songs and put together this fabulous production. So she's been sharing all of her adventures instead of what she normally does, which just shows her life as a cruise ship entertainer. But anyway, she's fabulous. You prefer a balcony, and you've only ever done an ocean view once. Okay, have your balcony. Now, do you guys spend that prefer balconies? Do you really spend time out on your balcony, or do you just kind of open it up and take a look, or do you really sit out there, chill out on there? Um, because if I don't have a balcony, I just go up on the deck and try to find. Well, it depends on the day. Sometimes I want the quiet spot on the Serenity deck, or the or sometimes you want to be in the mix on the Lido. Oh, she's Kiki's schoolmate. Oh, lived in her hometown. I didn't know that. Oh, you live on the balcony, Etta? You sleep on the balcony? Oh. Well, I mean, I could see a little nap, but is that what you mean? Or you mean you like you have it all arranged? You work out your chairs or you pull a mattress out there and get a good a good sleep. We care about having a balcony. This is sea like journeys. We care about having a balcony. If we have several days at sea or when we go to Alaska, I hear that's a must. I hear that's a must for Alaska. You have to be able to see everything from the wildlife to the landscape. You want to be able to get out on a balcony. Okay, I will keep that in mind for Alaska. Um, oh yes, you went to high school with Stephanie Kiki. She's awesome. I'm not really sure how I found her channel. I think I just stumbled on one day, but um fascinating. She's working super hard. I hope her her show is going to be amazing. She looks like she really has worked hard and deserves this big break. Um, so you guys can correct me on the name of the channel because I don't want to mess it up. You guys want to check it out. It's she's awesome. Um, you literally with sleep over in the suntan, and I go to sleep. The tranquil music that God provides with the ocean waves. Yeah, yeah. And I can see leaving the cabin door or the balcony door open a little, so that you can hear those waves. Las Vegas Diva of the Seas. Thank you. Is the channel. Um, but I know if you do leave that balcony door open, trying to hear the waves, it can mess up the room temperature or the humidity in the room. Definitely don't think you want to do that on the Alaska cruise, but when you're in the Caribbean, I guess it could make it really humid inside the cabin. It's closed and I'm outside through the night. Okay. And I'm glad you enjoy. See, you're one of the few people that I have talked to who really take full advantage of that balcony. If you're going to be out there like Etta, I would say, yeah, for sure, you need a balcony. But if you're just going to step out for a minute and take a couple of pictures, just saying, get away out the cost sometimes. Love the ocean sounds at night. Sometimes I sleep on the balcony if I have a lounge chair. Nice. Nice. Howard says you're special because you do that. Well, sounds like you're in good company. You're not the only one who wants to be sleeping out on the balcony enjoying those sounds. You and Shannon both. I think that's cool. Okay, so that was obstructive views. Have you had an obstructive balcony where you've or well, I guess it would be, yeah, they have obstructive view balconies. So you're kind of seeing the top or bottom of a lifeboat, I think, usually. Um, does that work? Do you like it? Does it feel like privacy or are you mad because you can't see the water like you want? Would you go for an obstructed balcony? Okay, so that was number 6 on the list. No cabins with obstructive views. Um, okay, number 7. If you enjoy privacy, yes, one top, it was just below. I said, oh no, cannot do that again. Yeah, if you pay for a balcony, you want the full view. That makes sense. Both of what you're both saying, that makes sense. If you're paying for the balcony, you want to be able to look out and see the water. If I'm going to have a balcony, I do not think I would want it to be obstructed. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. You want it obstructed by the railing, and that's it. And you're probably mad at that if you have to, well, you have to try to look up, down, over, around it, trying to see the water. No obstructive use. Okay, I think we agree with the article on that one. The next one is if you enjoy your privacy, avoid interior balcony cabins. Okay. Now I don't know if are there a lot of those? Now, Kiki, I think you can probably talk about this when you were just, well, I don't know how recent that was when you were on Wonder of the Seas. You showed your boardwalk view room, and I kind of thought the same thing. Like, is it too loud? Is it, are you worried about looking across at the neighbors or them looking across at you? Or does it give you like enough of a feeling of not being closed in with a regular interior room? But you guys don't have problems with the interior rooms. You like them, but um, maybe those those ones that overlook the Central Park and everything is good. Yeah, you agree. Everybody is agreeing. Can't do that again. If you hit that obstructive view once, not going back for more. You love the Central Park balcony room. I don't know if they had that, and that was on Royal. I don't know if, yeah, it depends on what you can see. It depends on what you can see. As long as the balcony door was closed, it was not noisy at all. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. But, when they do, or I guess it's good when you want it if you want to hear the activity that's going on the decks below or in the Central Park area, you can open it up and go out, but if you close it, then you can block it out. That's good to know. Now, I don't know, I mainly cruise Carnival and Royal Caribbean, so I'm not sure about the other cruise lines. Do they have a lot of choices of interior balcony cabins? Um, does that mean your balcony is onto one of the walkways? Anybody has stayed in one of those? There was a lot of live jazz music in the Central Park, which I loved. Yeah, I could see just sitting and enjoying that. That sounds cool. Oh, the boardwalk interior. Yeah, I'm sure that's noisier, with between the carousel and all the restaurants and everything. We thought about Central Park for a fun experience, but I didn't want the noise. But the experience seemed to be a nice one. Maybe the next Royal Caribbean. Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe you will try it next time. Okay. So, oh, I was saying, does anybody know? Do other cruise lines have interior balcony cabins? Like, I'm not sure what they would be facing. Hmm, you loved Oasis, yeah. I love Oasis. Oasis, Allure. I know they're this like sister ships, but I love those ships. Um, okay, the next category of rooms it says you need to avoid are connecting cabins. Oh yeah, you were expecting it to be noisy too, but it turned out fine. Yeah, that was my concern too, just looking at it, thinking that it would be really loud. So thanks for telling us. No, not so much. Connecting cabins. Cabins with connecting doors and balconies can be an efficient way for families and friends to cruise together. These staterooms are designed to flow into one another, creating a large living space or one massive balcony. But if you're not cruising as a group, staying in a stateroom outfitted as a connecting cabin might be awkward. There will be a partition up dividing both your balconies as well. But beyond a safety issue, these rooms are far less soundproof than cabins that don't connect. Yes, it depends on who you're connected with. True. Very true. I don't I mean, yeah, I mean, I understand with families traveling, if they're, their children you need to keep an eye on out on, or, you just wanna be able to walk back and forth, but in general, I think if I'm traveling with a group, I can meet you outside. We don't have to have a hole in the wall. I'll meet you on the Lido. It's okay. You don't have to have the door in the room. But apparently they're noisier. And the partition for the balcony is not as private. You haven't seen those on other lines though. I do know Disney has the virtual portholes interior rooms, but I've never tried one. Never tried it. Oh, okay. Yeah, the interior balconies. Yeah, that would be interesting. But that's like what Shannon was saying about keeping the TV on. So the virtual porthole might give you enough of the outside feeling or seeing the outside that you're not feeling claustrophobic. Yeah, everybody agrees with see, like Jeremy said, it depends on who you're connected to. Yeah, but it's like if you get a hotel room, I think the reason they're noisier is because the connecting door is not a water surge door. Okay, so it's not. So you're saying it's not sealed tight. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I have been in a hotel room that has how you can get a connecting room, or it's a room that's part of a suite, but you're triple checking that lock every few minutes because you don't, you're paranoid that somehow somebody's coming in. They're more like regular hotel doors. Yeah. So they can be noisier. I get it. I get it. But yeah, so I don't know if you had the connecting room and you weren't trying to connect with folks on the other in the other room on a cruise ship. If it's the same, if I would be checking that lock as much as I do at a hotel. But you wanna know who you're connected to. Otherwise, I say no. I say no. Okay. So that was number 8 on the list. There's 12 on the list. So number 9 is cabins located forward and on upper decks. I'm sorry, I missed the headline there. If you are concerned about seasickness, avoid cabins located forward and on upper decks. The motion of the ocean depends on many factors like the time of the year, weather conditions, and speed of your cruise ship. While captains and officers do their very best to avoid rough seas, sometimes it's a little rocking. A little rocking is unavoidable. If you know you are particularly sensitive to motion sickness, consider booking a cabin located in the center of the ship and on one of the middle decks. And I'm always concerned about motion sickness, so that's usually what I do. Although my last cruise in October, I was on Royal's Independence of the Seas, and I had a forward-facing cabin. I think it was on deck 9. Oh, I can't remember now. Um, and it was a great view. And I guess we had calm seas because I definitely did not notice it being any rougher. It was definitely smooth, and I enjoyed facing forward because I can't ride backwards. Sorry, that messes me up. So I like being able to look out the window when I was in the cabin and see forward. And I also could see the helipad, so that was pretty cool. Um, and yeah, I really like that room. I really like that room. Um, Forward is a rougher ride. And the higher up you go, you feel the movement more of the ship. The lower down you go, the smoother the ride. Yep. That's why I say deck two, ocean view in the middle of the ship. That's all right by me. Um, you only notice the fast and rough rides went forward for sure. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to count myself lucky on that. The one time that I've had the forward facing cabin, it was enjoyable, but good to know. Good to know. There's a reason that I've been avoiding that. We book midship always. Yeah. I think that's the safest. Like you said, the smoothest ride. You do feel motion sick. Oh, do I feel motion sickness in the room too? I have. I have. I feel like I usually get it when I'm out and about on the ship, especially the very back. Yeah, I feel it. And I feel it. I feel the change in the motion. So I feel it the most when you first pull out from port, unless it's rough seas. When you first pull out from port, and I really like to read, and so I always bring a book, a magazine, or something like that, thinking that I'm going to have that relaxing deck experience where I'm reading my book and I've got my cocktail there, just relaxing. And then I remember quickly that I can't do that. I can't read and ride. It's like no, I can't do it. If I'm sitting next to somebody on an airplane and they are reading and I kind of look like that, mm-mm. So yeah, I have experienced it, motion sickness in the room. It usually is, like I said, when you first start moving. But for me, um, I just have to be ahead of it. If once I feel it, um, it's really hard to get it to go away, to stop feeling it. I before I started getting the patch, I would, I had Dramamine, and I would try to keep that in my system. I would, you know, when I was the first time I went on a cruise, I was a teenager, and that was when they still did the huge midnight buffets, with the elaborate carvings and ice sculptures and all that stuff. And they used to tell me, "Oh no, you just need to eat something. You have to have something on your on your stomach. That's why we have all these buffets, so people don't get seasick. You just have to eat. You have to eat." And that didn't help either. That did not help either. So I really can feel it anytime, but um, I usually feel it the strongest when you're first leaving port. Once you get back to your room and lay down, you feel better. Do you have motion sickness any other time? Like, can you ride roller coasters or merry-go-rounds or any, stuff like that? I see. I just have a general motion sickness issue. Involved with that in my first cruise was an aft balcony, and I'm okay with aft. Okay, it's still a great view. When you lay down with your head pointed toward the front of the ship, your body senses the movement of the ship, and your body gets in sync with the ship. Yeah, that is true. That is true. You're fine with roller coasters, but you can't do rides that spin. Yeah, I can't do rides that spin. I can do like just a up and down roller coaster, but if there's a corkscrew, I'm done. I'm done. What kid can't ride a carousel? I can't do the spinning. So, yeah, I understand. I understand. Okay, so let's see. Cabins located forward and upper decks. Okay. The next one, it's saying avoid cabins that are too far from the elevators. The first time it said you don't want them too close. You would take a ship over a roller coaster and then again, I'm old. Well, we're there with you. What are you trying to say? Roller coasters are good. Yes, the spinning. Oh no. Oh my God, teacups are a nightmare. Yes, I can't even watch you on the teacups. I'll hold your purse. I'll hold your cameras for you, but I'm not gonna watch you. I'm not gonna watch you spinning around. That's I can't even do that. But yes, I would take rolling on the ship over the roller coaster too. And I don't think that's because I'm old, and I don't think it's because you're old. We just like cruises. Cabin. Okay, you don't want a cabin to. Oh, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, Shannon. I'll see you later. Yes, lemon in your tea helps too. The ginger gum helps too. Um, the last time I've really have had a bad bout of seasickness, I had my patch on. It was, I had it on plenty of time we before we pulled out, but you know how embarkation day is. You're all excited and you're rushing around and you're trying to get your. Oh, you made the teacup. Yes, well, I don't think that's going to help the spinning, but yes, I like tea. I like tea and I like lemon in my tea. The teacup ride. No, thank you. Lemon is not going to help that. But anyway, I was just kind of like rushing around, and then I got to dinner, and um, was all excited to be in the dining room, and I'm talking to this wait staff and everything, and I'm trying to read the menu, and we're hamming it up, we're taking pictures and blah blah, blah, and it was just like too much moving around, and I like had to leave dinner early. Come to find out, the patch had actually gotten caught in my hair, so it had come off, and I had to go and put on another one and just imagine at Six Flags trying to put the teacups with the bag of lemons. Like, ma'am. What's worse, can you imagine the lemons go flying as you start spinning around and the lemons flying out your bag? That would be a sight. That would be a sight. Um, you've not experienced sickness, but I purchased stuff just in case. Yeah, if you're not generally prone to motion sickness, I don't think you have to be as worried slash paranoid as I am. But like I said, I know I can't. I have problems with motion sickness in general. I know I have problems with it on a cruise ship, and so I take a little bit of everything. I guess I have the patch on, but I still pack Dramamine and Bonnie, and I have my ginger gum, and I have my sea bands, and just everything just in case, because that is an awful feeling to be stuck in the cabin and um, trying to will yourself better because you're missing all the fun on this vacation that you've been planning for and saving for. So I don't blame you at all. At a packet just in case. I hope you never have to use it, but it's better to be prepared with it just in case. And I don't know if you saw my if you guys saw my latest purchase on the of the seasickness remedy that I'm going to try, those glasses. Have you seen the seasickness glasses, the goggles? I'm gonna see if I can grab them real quick. Hold on. Coming. Sorry, guys. I know that was probably bad form to walk off like that, but okay. What do you think? Would you try them? Would you try them? Would you point and stare if you saw me walking around on the deck with my glasses? I never heard of them either, but I was kind of I was searching on Amazon, of course, because where else can you find seasickness glasses? I was just searching on Amazon um, to see what was new, like as far as Dramamine. There's so many different formulas now, and just in general for seasickness. I think I saw somebody with a C band that was like electronic, and so it kind of zaps you on those acupressure points to help you with the seasickness. And this came up, the seasickness goggles, and I'm like, huh, they're like $7. Could they could they work? I don't know. But I've been trying everything else. Why not? Oh, thanks, Etta. Etta says she would try them. They look interesting. A conversations piece for sure. Where the Amazon? They're on Amazon. Up here, the side. They're like the same um, lens. Well, there's no actual lens in there. There's some kind of gel in them that I guess is supposed to help your equilibrium. But that's what they look like on the side too. So there's four circles. They are interesting, but if they were the only thing that kept me cruising, you better believe I'd be wearing them. See? I just thought, I wonder if this would help me sitting out on the deck, trying to read that book or magazine that I've been lugging around forever. Maybe they will help balance my vision. You'd be trying to figure out how to get my prescription in them. I don't even well, keep searching, guys. We'll keep searching. Maybe there is a prescription one too. Agreed. If they were required, you would wear them. Okay. Absolutely. If it's gonna keep you having fun on the cruise ship. Well, thanks for your support, guys. So if you see me with these on outside of the privacy of my own home and YouTube, don't judge. Don't judge. Okay. So those are my seasickness classes that I'm gonna try. Um, cabin. Okay, the number 10 was cabins too far from the elevator. Yeah, they might be a little noisy if you're too close. However, access to an elevator could be key if you or someone you're traveling with has a mobility concern. That makes sense. Before booking a cabin on your next cruise, consider practical matters like how far a comfortable distance from the elevator is. That makes sense. With a cute blue and white outfit. Yes. And my hat. Come on. Hey, Lori, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Did you see my seasickness goggles? That's what they're all laughing about right now. But I think we've decided that we will try them, and now I'm getting fashion tips. I can match them up with an outfit and rock them. Make it turn it into a fashion statement. um, okay, so that was you don't want a cabin too far from the elevators. Number 11, if you want to know what to expect, avoid guarantee cabins. Lori, this is Robin. Oh, Chet is over at Gypsy and the Gorilla. Hey, Robin. What was the last question? About the cabins being too far from the elevator. You definitely pick a room near the elevator. Yeah, I think the suggestion or the point for this one is if you have mobility issues or you're worrying about walking a far distance down the hallway, then you don't want to get a cabin too far away from the elevator, which makes sense. You prefer to be near the elevator. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, I know at least when you first get on the ship, getting oriented to the ship and figuring out which elevator bank you're actually closest to um, takes a little bit. But I like being, not more than halfway down the hallway because that can be a long walk. Yes, be thankful that you don't have to worry about seasickness. But we do travel with crystallized ginger. Okay. Yeah, better to have something with you just in case, and pack it and not need it than to, be feeling bad and not having anything. Of course, you can always go to, the, guest services desk. They will give you a complimentary, I'm not sure if it's Dramamine, Bonnie, something, a seasickness pill, but I would not count on that because you know how those lines are sometimes. That's the last thing you want to do is be waiting in a long line when you're already feeling not so great. So yeah, pack something with you just to be on the safe side. Hopefully you don't ever have to use it, but if you need it, you have it handy. No issues. We just want to be close to the getting to the action. Yeah, that's why. Like I don't know if it was Robin or Chet then that were saying about they want to be on the Lido deck, and T. Reese I think too said they want to be on the Lido deck. You want to be close to the action or getting to the action fast, faster to the fun. Um, Hold on. Yeah. Okay. See, like Robin is saying, ginger is your go-to as well. Chet always has a patch on, and we have backup patches for me just in case. Yeah, yeah, gotta have backup. Because would you be mad if you nursed him back? You nursed him back to health. He's over his seasickness and ready to go, and then you start feeling bad. That would be terrible. Take your backup patches. Be ready. Um, Use ginger candy and sea bands. I've heard green apples can help too. Yep, apples do help. Yep, they do. Grabbing a green apple is a great choice when you get on the Lido. Uh-huh. It is. I do, grab one and have it around, but it's not enough. It will stay down, but it's not going to cure the seasickness for me. Nice to know about the apples. Yeah, he gets mad at me if I don't put a patch on. He's worried you're gonna be mad at him later. Just put the patch on now. That is funny, but yeah. Pack something just in case, guys, just in case. Okay, 11 on this list of cabins to avoid. I think I said it, but guarantee cabins. No, if you want to know what to expect, then avoid guarantee cabins. The allure of a low price stateroom could be hard to resist, but booking a guarantee cabin is a gamble. So be prepared to lose out just in case it's not what you were anticipating. Oh, so it makes my vision blurry and extreme dry mouth. Oh, the patch does that to you, Robin? All right. Well, Don't put it on until you need it. But I don't like well, part of the problem with the Dramamine, if you were doing the Dramamine, is just keeping it in your system. But if you're keeping it in your system and then you have a cocktail, blurry vision after one cocktail, like you're like, wait a minute, what is going on here? So I don't like the interaction with that on top of feeling like I have to continuously take it. And so that's why I definitely prefer the patch over the Dramamine. It just keeps you even. Now, if you've been sitting on the Lido deck and you've been having your favorite whatever, I'm not judging, and you start having blurry vision, that's a different thing. But I don't want it from Dramamine. Ugh. Has to be green apples, and when you feeling woozy, peanut butter works. Okay, because it tastes the same. Coming up, Lori. No, we don't want to be talking about it coming back. We want it all to settle down. So have you guys done this guarantee room situation? I'm not exactly sure what that is. I think you is that like bidding on a cabin trying to get the upgrade for the lower price, or they just when you just take a room and let the cruise line place you wherever. I think that might be what they're talking about when you just when you just let the cruise line pick your room and then you have to be happy with it because that's what they picked for you. Yeah, I like to know, have an idea of at least know. I don't want to risk it for the fact that I don't want to be in an interior room because of the seasickness. Um, so I want to select the cabin if I can. We always pick our room in advance, only due to handicap. Right, right. You want to make sure that you're going to have a room that suits your needs. That makes sense. Um, but I know, especially on there's offers to try and get the upgrades for little to no money. Like what is it? Royals, the Royal Up. I don't know what the equivalent would be on Carnival or other cruise lines, but um, agree. We prefer to select, or we don't have any surprises. No, you don't want. Oh, you don't want surprise. I don't want surprises like that. I want to because it's still not. It's not like you paid $1. You paid good money to come on this cruise. You want to be happy with the room as best you can be. Um, let's see. We always pick a room. Okay. Yeah, that's how we ended up in the Central Park balcony. We let the cruise line pick the category is what's guaranteed, but you pick the category, which is guaranteed. Okay. All right. So that's a little bit more of a comfort. Um, So like if I wanted a ocean view, it might be an obstructed ocean view, but it's still I still have a window is basically what you're saying. The cruise line chooses the room, which are the ones that are leftovers, just to fill the ship. Yep. Um, you knew it would be you knew it would be either boardwalk or Central Park interior. Okay, so you had an idea. It was like a 50-50 chance there. Etta says you pick yours. Okay. Together we travel. I never let the cruise line pick my cabin. I always look at the deck plans. We like mid deck, midship balcony cabins. Yes. That sounds awesome. uh, yes, midship is where you want to be. I was saying I prefer the ocean view. I just kind of think they're kind of cozy. And when I want to be on deck, I go up. I go up on deck. But I've enjoyed balcony cabins too. I just want to make sure that I'm going to fully enjoy the balcony. But I'm going to have to take some of these tips, you guys, sleep it out on the balcony. That might be a whole other experience. Um, a balcony on Royal might be to see the ocean or see the interior if you do guarantee. Got it. Um, Henry says that was the first time trying a guaranteed stateroom, but we had 3 days on that huge ship. We knew we wouldn't be in the room at all. Yeah, yeah. That so that's I think that was the wonder that you're talking about. So I know you would go back on it. Would you go back for the same amount of time, or do you think you have to do it, at least a week or at least 5 days or something to fully see that ship? I generally go for the week long. I mean, I would love to go longer, or when people are talking about doing the back to backs, for 14 days. I think Robin and Chet have talked about that. You got to be at least 10 days. I'm working my way up to that. Okay, and then the last one on this list, um, last minute cabin upgrades. They say you want to avoid that. On the other end of upgrades, you might have selected the perfect room, but are told you're eligible for a room upgrade. While a better room category on paper might seem like a nice gesture, the location of the room is not up to you. This could leave cruisers in a conundrum of qualifying for an upgrade, but then wishing they stuck with their original booking. Yeah, so get the room you want is what they're saying from the beginning, rather than trying to get the upgrade and then being disappointed that you waited too long to book that category. Uh, you love a back to back. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there one of these days. Together we travel. However, we're gonna try a cove balcony at some point to see what that's like. Now that sounds neat. That does sound like something different to see. You're able to pick the category when doing guarantee. We did the guaranteed neighborhood balcony, which would be boardwalk or Central Park. Okay. Um, Robin says we've passed on upgrade offers because the upgrade was not as good as what we had. Yeah, because you're a pro at picking out your own your own room, and then you don't want to risk it. I don't blame you for that. You would definitely go back, but need way more than 3 days next time. That wasn't nearly enough time. Yeah, I can understand that. That ship is huge. And then next year, the icon will be even bigger with more neighborhoods and things to see and do. So yeah, I think you need more time on those big ships. You need more time. Lori was offered an upgrade that went from deck 10 spa room to a deck 6 suite, not so much upgrade. Oh, yeah, yeah. Deck 10 spa room sounds pretty amazing to me too. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Well, that was fun, you guys. Thanks for helping me go through these 12 cruise ship cabins to avoid. Doesn't Sounds like we all learned a little something something. So that's great. I started off by saying that I hope everybody had a good Monday. I had kind of a rough Monday, but I really, really look forward to talking to you guys on Monday night. It gives me something to look forward to. And I think this was fun. And I like hearing what kind of cabbage you pick. I like hearing that I'm not the only one who has some seasickness issues. I like that you guys like my crazy looking glasses, but we're gonna work on an outfit. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you all coming in. It was a lot of fun. I had fun too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will talk to you. I will talk to you guys later. I gotta come up with a catchy phrase to sign off the lives. But have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys hopefully in lots of chats. Take care. Bye.